Let me ask you something. Are you a fan of classic mystery stories like Agatha Christie, where every character has a secret and the clues are hidden in plain sight? Or do you prefer modern thrillers that keep your brain working non-stop, with psychological twists that make you question everything you thought you knew? The thrill of the chase, the satisfaction of the final reveal. If that's what you love, then today's challenge is for you. We all know traditional IQ tests. Answer 40 questions, get a number, and that's it. They measure a certain kind of intelligence, but they don't capture the whole picture. But real intelligence? The kind that solves crimes and uncovers the truth? It shows when you're faced with a complex mystery, and only your powers of observation and logic can save you. It's about seeing the details others miss and connecting them to form a coherent story. Today, we've gathered a series of perplexing detective riddles designed to push your analytical skills to their absolute limit. These are the kinds of puzzles that only a small number of people can solve. After each riddle, you'll have 15 seconds to examine the evidence and form your conclusion before the answer is revealed. Don't be afraid to pause the video if you need more time to think. The best detectives are patient and methodical. So put on your thinking cap and sharpen your wits. Are you ready to test your inner detective? The game is afoot. Let's begin. Our next subject, let's call him Jailbreak Jack, finds himself in a dire predicament. He's locked inside a stark, unforgiving prison cell, a stone box designed to hold a man until he breaks. The floor isn't cold concrete, but packed dry earth. His only connection to the outside world is a single barred window, positioned cruelly high up on the wall, far beyond the reach of even the tallest man. A scan of his surroundings reveals nothing of use. The walls are bare, the corners empty. It's a void designed to crush all hope. But wait. There is one item left behind, a single, solitary shovel. The air is thick and oppressively hot, and Jack knows he won't receive any food or water. His captors have left him to his fate. He has just 2 days to find a way out. Otherwise, dehydration and exhaustion will claim him. The clock is ticking. Now, with a shovel and a dirt floor, you're probably thinking of digging a tunnel. But that obvious solution won't work. Digging a tunnel long enough to escape would take weeks, far more than the 2 days he has left. So, with his life on the line, how does Jack escape? Think outside the box, or in this case, the floor. You have 20 seconds. Here's the answer. Jack doesn't dig down, he builds up. He uses the shovel to move the dirt floor, creating a large pile directly beneath the window. Once the mound of earth is high enough, he simply climbs his newly made hill and escapes through the window to freedom. Sometimes the simplest solution is the most clever. Mrs. Smith calls the police, claiming her valuable vintage necklace has been stolen. When officers arrive, they notice something strange. There are no signs of forced entry, no broken locks, no damaged doors. Only one window is shattered. Inside the house, everything is a mess, and muddy footprints cover the floor. The next day, Mrs. Smith is arrested for fraud. Why? Think fast. Answer. The police noticed that the broken glass was inside the room. If the window had been broken from outside, the glass would have fallen inward differently. Mrs. Smith staged the entire crime. On the very first day of the school year, a geography teacher is murdered. The police have 4 suspects: the gardener, the math teacher, the coach, the school principal. All of them have alibis. The gardener was trimming bushes. The coach was playing basketball. The principal was in his office. The math teacher claimed he was supervising a mid-year test. Despite this, the killer was arrested immediately. Who did it? 15 seconds. Answer. The math teacher gave himself away. There can't be a mid-year test on the first day of school. A simple lie, but a fatal one. In a quiet, sun-drenched cul-de-sac, an elderly man lived a solitary life. He was a creature of habit, content within the 4 walls of his home, and his neighbors rarely saw him venture outside. His only regular visitor was the mail carrier. One sweltering Friday afternoon, the local mailman was making his usual rounds. Approaching the familiar house, he noticed the mail from the past 2 days was still in the box. He called out a friendly greeting to the man. An unnerving silence was the only reply. A sense of unease prompted the mailman to peer through the front window, and what he saw made him recoil in horror. The old man was lying motionless in a pool of blood. The police arrived quickly and began to process the scene. Inside, they found several crucial clues. Tuesday's newspaper, lying open on the coffee table. 2 bottles of warm milk on the porch, and 1 bottle of cold milk, also on the porch. After reviewing the evidence and the mailman's statement, the lead detective made a swift decision. The killer was arrested the very next day. How did the police identify the murderer so quickly? The answer is hidden in the details. Answer: the killer was the mailman. The police realized that the newspapers for Wednesday and Thursday were missing. The mailman, in his role, would be the only person who knew that the papers hadn't been delivered or collected on those days. By not delivering them, he revealed his knowledge that the man was already dead, exposing his lie. A serial killer kidnaps people and forces them to choose between 2 pills. One pill is harmless. The other is deadly. The victim chooses first. The killer takes the remaining pill. Every victim dies. The killer always survives. How? Time starts now. Answer: the poison was never in the pill. It was in the glass of water the victims drank. Both pills were harmless. On a freezing winter day, John finds his friend Jack dead inside his house. John tells police he stopped by, knocked, rang the bell, but no answer. However, he claims he saw light inside through a frozen window. He breathed on the glass, cleared the ice, and saw Jack lying on the floor. Police immediately arrest John. Why? Answer: because the ice forms on the inside of the window, not the outside. John wouldn't be able to clear it by breathing on the glass. His story didn't add up. A famous chemist is murdered in his laboratory. The only evidence found is a piece of paper listing chemical substances. That day, he met only 3 people: his wife, Mary, his nephew, Nicholas, his friend, Jonathan. Police arrest the killer immediately. How? Answer: the chemical abbreviations on the paper spell a name when combined. Ni, C-O, La, S, Nicholas. Even in death, the chemist left one final clue. So, how many riddles did you solve? Be honest. If you enjoyed this challenge, hit like, share the video with your friends, and if we reach 40,000 likes, we'll bring you even harder riddles that will seriously test your brain. Until next time, stay sharp.